Hey, so I saw this video I would like to comment on. As a quick disclaimer, I don't own any of the material. I won't show it to you directly, but we'll listen in. They do the same, by the way. If you're a miner or big-hearted or a fan of this chubby guy or this baldy guy that I only know from a video of the Scotsman, which was brilliant. Thumbs up for that one, my son. Then leave right now, because he is quite rude. So we'll just get started, okay?
But the audio, right? Play the audio. We'll put the video up.
And that's what I'm
play
doing.
The audio for you, and you can just fucking.
The baldy guy's allowed to do it. I am too.
Smoke's gonna come out of your ears. Because the thing is about these videos, and this is the issue that I have with not just videos, but also with blogs.
Like your own.
People, you're writing things, and you're not being checked as you're going along.
Like
so
yourself.
It's just you broadcasting an idea. It's not a conversation, and because of that, you can give off the illusion of expertise without being checked.
Like you do.
Dinosaurs never existed. And by the way,
my God, Eric Dubay.
This is the.
And to this, dinosaurs never existed. Dinosaurs, we're not talking about no fossil that ever was found is fake. You know, we'll continue. You'll get my drift.
Yeah, the guy that does 200 proofs the Earth is flat. That everybody has debunked.
Everybody has debunked.
No. Shills. Shills are. Listen to this guy.
Owen of the Royal Society.
Don't you dare mention Owen's name, asshole.
What is up with that tattoo? I mean, seriously, is that a heart? Less than 3?
Was first speculatively
Is it dirt?
By United Museum head, coincidentally in the mid-19th century during the heyday of evolutionism, before a single dinosaur fossil had ever been found.
Wrong. They
Pause
that.
Pause every time. Pause.
Dinosaurs. We discovered marine reptiles
Marine
and the first dinosaurs
reptiles,
about a century
and
before
not
that.
dinosaurs.
So that right there, Eric, you're fucking wrong.
Whoops.
It's like, don't bring your flat earth bullshit into my profession. Now I'm pissed.
Keep going.
Yeah,
You were triggered before it even started, my son.
Press worldwide got to work hyping stories of these supposed long-lost animals, and then, lo and behold, 12 years later, in 1854, Ferdinand van der Veer Hayden, during his exploration of the upper Missouri River, found proof of Owen's theory. A few unidentified teeth he found to leading paleontologist Joseph Leidy, who several years later declared them to be from an ancient, extinct Trachodon dinosaur, which, beyond ironic...
I'll need that later.
That's because we can do things like look at modern analogs and see how teeth are fucking made. We know if it's a predator or if it's prey. We know if it's an herbivore or a carnivore. We know how teeth are fucking built. Even back then, even when they're doing naturalistic drawings like this, it's like the Megalodon tooth on my arm. It is a predator. It's obviously a serrated tooth.
Is it Megalodon or Megalodon? How do you say it?
It depends. Your emphasis can be on a different syllable. Okay. It's both.
It's not like nuclear.
No.
Oh God, please. Skip.
First people start licking bones and rocks? No. We discovered that.
We discovered
science, as it figures out, going, hey, this is porous material. If I lick porous material, it's going to stick to my tongue. Holy fuck, that's a fossil. This kind of...
Can we listen to that again?
For that matter, why would...
They thought it was livestock that got trapped in there and died. Then they realized, holy fuck, cows don't have 9-inch long incisors that are, perfectly evolved to slash open the throats of things. And then you started questioning. So the Native Americans and all the people, they were finding possibly scatters of bone and didn't know what it was. Did the northern first people start licking bones and rocks? No. We discovered that. Science, as it figures out, going,
Science
hey, this is
discovered.
porous material. If I lick porous material, it's going to stick to my tongue. Holy fuck, that's a fossil.
That's science.
This kind of just the problem with you, Eric, is you are starting from an improper position. You are starting on a confirmation bias. You are stating from the beginning that dinosaurs don't exist, and you were using pareidolia.
It's the title. He's not saying all fossils are fake.
And apophenia, the ability for humans to find patterns in order to fit your bullshit, and then only cherry pick what belongs. That's what he does with fucking flat.
It's quite rich coming from
and
someone who finds
is,
teeth
like I was saying
and
earlier,
draws
because now
complete animals.
The stupid minority has a voice. I don't know how many million people subscribe to his fucking channel. Every single flat Earth dipshit is gonna go. 61,000 people. Okay.
Look at that 300,000 views.
Gaining in numbers.
Check out the comments. The comments, he curates the comments.
Come on, check out the comments. Let's do the same. Speak to miners in Canada. They have found tons of prehistoric creatures. In my hometown, there's a 6-foot wide fossil of ammonites. An ammonite is a dinosaur? Would the fat liar please say something to Sasquatch, Bigfoot, or whatever you want to call them, please? That's a savage paleontologist. What is on this dude's chin? Very good question. Dinosaurs aren't real because meow grandfather is really old and he's never seen a dinosaur. You can tell Joe didn't care about the video because he already saw it and just wanted to watch his genuine reaction, and I couldn't love it more. You do look like you're really in love. I love how much Joe is digging this guy's frustration style. He keeps going back to the video and stares at the guy, loving his reaction. Cool ass guest too. I'm not sure about that. Are we gonna... Oh,
are
God.
almost identical. Look, 3486 to 3490. Are you kidding me? You son of a bitch. But I remember being forced to have the same dinosaur toys as everyone. Man, yeah, that's because it's called...
Oh, come on. Screw this. What have we got?
What he's implying is completely misleading.
Yeah,
he's implying that they're finding a shin bone and drawing a dinosaur around
it. Exactly. But no, like we could find 70% of a Tyrannosaurus Rex. We know what they look like. So yeah, we will use 3D printing or casting of all that. Many, and yeah, I'm happily admitting this because everyone knows, or at least everyone should know, many dinosaurs in museums are what we call conglomerates. It will be a Triceratops. The skull will be real, maybe the front half of the animal, some ribs, maybe some tail vertebrae, or the pelvis.
Or some teeth.
Will be from one animal. We will have to use casts of other Triceratops that we have throughout paleontology in other museums. Many of the fossils you see on display are casts. Now, cast doesn't mean bullshit created on the spot. It means, very technically, this is a cast. It is a replica of an actual existing bone that was wrapped, made a mold of, and then filled with resin, painted to the correct color. It is the exact match of a bone that exists.
It is the exact match of whatever was put in the cast. You can put anything in a cast, apart from that horrible greenish yellowy beard.
It is not something
That's
you're
really
just
trippy,
making
man.
up. That is
just my
bullshit.
opinion, but...
And I hate that when they come in and go, oh, well, look, that's like
plastic.
Yeah, it's plastic. It's all like, well, yeah, you know why? Fossils are fucking fragile. It takes us weeks to get a single bone out, and then it is covered in glue. It is wrapped in tissue.
Bone or tooth?
Paper, sometimes tinfoil.
Sometimes tinfoil.
Ton of plaster and reinforcement is wrapped around it. Then it has to be very carefully slid down a mount.
Did you get the tinfoil off NASA? Is that inside a NASA tips there?
It takes us weeks to get a single bone out, and then it is covered in glue. It is wrapped in tissue paper, sometimes tinfoil. a shit ton of plaster and reinforcement is wrapped around it. Then it has to be very carefully slid down
Science.
the mountain on a car hood.
On a car hood. You slide it down the mountain on a car hood. Science. Sounds like redneck summer games.
Airlifted out in another and put in the back of the trucks and then taken all the way to its museum and then cracked open and then prepared. Everything has to get leafed off it very carefully, and we're adding more glue as we're going, because if you sneeze wrong on some mineralized specimens, it goes away. It just goes.
It's spent 60 million years in the ground. Earthquakes, weather, erosion. I mean, the Grand Canyon used to be a river, you know. But when you sneeze, it falls apart. Chubby, that's
boom.
Boom.
So you have to work very carefully in a booth with like an air abrader, so you're shooting extremely fine particles just to get the top millimeter of material.
Science. So at least it's not licking the top millimeter off it. That would be crazy.
Things 65 plus million years old.
Yeah, 65 million years in the ground, but Chubby gets it in his fucking
something
thing.
like that in fucking steel
Hey,
and put it up on a mount, especially somewhere, I don't know, like Los Angeles, where things like earthquakes happen. It's statements like that he makes are just fucking irritating. Keep it
David Wozni wrote, discoveries and excavations seem not to be made by disinterested people such as farmers, ranchers, hikers, outdoor recreationists, building construction industry, basement excavators.
Absolutely bullshit. Fuck you, Eric. I'm a paleo monitor, you asshole. I am actually contracted to go out to fucking building sites and make sure fossils are protected and dug up correctly. In fact, you know what, jackass?
And slid down mountains
I found a whale in downtown LA. Fuck you, Eric Dubé.
Okay, he found a whale downtown LA. I've opened a window here somewhere. He found a whale in downtown LA. And it is a sperm whale. And he found 3 bits. It's not a dinosaur. It's not. And I think I missed the part earlier on where he said, where Eric Dubé says that why did no one ever find anything before that? And he says, well, because people weren't digging. Yeah, ancient pages. I will post all these in the description. It's ancient Native American underground. Okay, so great research, Chubbs.
You found a whale?
I found a whale in downtown LA.
Whale. A sperm whale.
You were talking about how they had to shut down construction.
Exactly. You know why? Because building construction finds fucking dinosaurs and whales and prehistoric animals, you jackass.
And teeth.
Ugh, fuck you.
Quit swearing.
So, Sue was found on a guy's farm. There have been numerous dinosaurs, numerous prehistoric animals found on a guy's farm. By the way, there's an entire private area up in Bakersfield called Shark's Tooth Hill where they find meg teeth, megalodon teeth, all the fucking time.
Teeth.
In Bakersfield.
In Bakersfield. It's on private land. Farmers, builders, recreational people. Yeah, hey, guess what? A couple people hiking in Red Rock Canyon up near Palmdale found a trackway from an ancient camel.
A camel?
Recreational people. Yeah, this
Now that's a dinosaur.
The reason why it's happening more and more lately is because people know what they're looking for now. They understand, wow.
Not dinosaurs.
Hey, if we're digging a road, if we're widening the 99 freeway in Fresno, holy shit, we hit a mammoth. Or
a mammoth.
Shit, we found a
now
whale.
That's a dinosaur, isn't it?
Like within blocks of the 110 freeway in Good Samaritan Hospital. I won't tell you where, I can't. But yeah, just wanted to say quickly.
Can't believe I have to watch this again just to comment on it.
That's the deal.
You know,
if you find something,
doing it for the
if
team.
you find something there, you can find more shit. We found over 400 specimens of shark teeth, whales,
whales,
rib cage of a whale, snails, fossil coral.
Snails, fossil coral.
Downtown LA was underwater 7 million.
Now that's a bunch of dinosaurs, isn't it? Snails,
years ago.
corals.
And Yeah,
whales
God,
and
this is
teeth.
fucking bullshit. Keep going.
Pipeline trench diggers
Fuck you.
and mining industry personnel,
Found all the
but
time.
rather by people with a vested interest, such as paleontologists,
Bullshit.
scientists, university professors, and museum organization personnel who were
Meaning trained
intentionally looking for
motherfuckers.
dinosaur bones, or who have studied dinosaurs previously. Finds are often made during special
Sliding bones
dinosaur bone hunting
down
trips
mountains
and expeditions by
in
these
tin
people
foil
to faraway regions already inhabited and explored.
on a hood.
This seems highly implausible. More believable is the case of the discovery of the first original Dead Sea Scrolls in 1947, which were unintentionally discovered by a child and which were all published by 1955.
Oh, okay. So it's perfectly fine to accidentally find ancient scrolls or silver denarii from the Romans.
Just gonna skip this. This is annoying. I didn't mean to swear again.
Or excavation sites called the Ruth Mason Quarry. Over 2,000 fossils were allegedly discovered.
Stop saying
Original
allegedly,
skeletons
son of a bitch.
assembled from these
Quit swearing.
are currently on display in over 60 museums worldwide.
Yeah, because it's a fantastic site.
Amagino, head of paleontology at La Plata Museum, is amazingly responsible for 6,000 fossil species supposedly discovered throughout his career, all in Argentina.
Oh, really? Really? Hey, guess what, Eric? I ran a lab that we had 3.5 million specimens from the Ice Age that goes back 90,000 years. So
Were there dinosaurs 90,000 years ago?
Ice Age mammal collection on the fucking planet.
Were
And
there?
This stuff isn't mineralized. It's actually subsumed with asphalt.
Was it a
keeping
whale?
all of the calcium and everything intact. These are actual bones. When we find a saber-toothed cat tooth, it's the physical tooth. of the animal,
What's
which
physical
is kind
tooth?
of freaky to think about. But saying that, it's like, yeah, we find a lot of shit in places. The River of Death in Alberta, when they're digging the pipeline. I don't know, Mammoth Hot Springs. There are things called death traps and predator
This
traps
video.
and sinkholes and natural trap caves and
Your
I
belief
don't know,
system.
entire sand dunes falling on things while they're fighting. The dueling dinosaurs. It's a Protoceratops versus
Can't finish it?
a Velociraptor that was found in
Okay. Protoceratops. This is what he looks like, okay? I've got a little picture here. And here, he ain't got horns. Just remember that for later, okay? And the other one was a Velociraptor. We all know that one because he was in Jurassic Park. But check it out. Here, he's actually a birdie. Caw-caw! See there? He's a birdie. He's got little wings and they're not really arms. So just remember that for later. Oh, and I can show you, where is it? The dueling dinosaurs, he said, yeah? So check this out, the dueling dinosaurs. It's small enough to fit on a piece of wood with a plaque. So, yeah, that's dinosaurs, you know. It could never be a lizard or something. That's a dinosaur. And that does not look like it's being casted or anything, or no. That doesn't look like a workshop. Nah. See, in here, same title, you know, still searching the dueling dinosaurs. Here you get one with horns and a T-Rex. And here it looks massive, and here again, that's a T-Rex and not a Velociraptor. And that thing has horns, and it doesn't have horns there. But please, Chubby, continue. Tell us more of your fairy tales.
The V-Raptor wanted to eat the thing. That's a rad specimen, by the way.
You know what's interesting about this guy is that he knows so much. Is that his knowledge of the history of paleontology and of researching dinosaur bones. He knows so much.
I call bullshit on that. What I'm thinking is that he's reading from...
It is the age of information, and being an ignorant cunt is actually a choice nowadays.
the script that he cobbled together on fucking Wikipedia. I challenge him to go toe-to-toe with somebody in the business, I don't know, like me, and go, okay, start throwing dates, start throwing specimens. I will fucking own you.
But you know what I'm saying? I mean, he's obviously, he knows all these people, he knows about the bone
With this proof, you're not gonna...
wars, he knows who's in charge of all these different...
Simple Google search of largest dinosaur thing found. Okay, I'm going to write these 3 things down on this manila fucking
I
legal
understand
pad.
that. I'm not saying that it's impressive.
This is killing me.
Probability
What the
lends
fuck?
credence to the likelihood of forgeries or concentrated planting efforts.
Wrong. If you find a fossil...
Concentrated planting efforts.
Yeah,
What did they
yeah.
plant? What were the things that they planted?
Oh,
There's dinosaur bones that they planted?
What
What were the dinosaur bones made out of?
Like resins. So that is actually an argument with these jackasses. It's like, okay, so big paleo, the big paleontologist, people like me.
Big paleo.
Big paleo.
Like big pharma.
Yeah, like big pharma and big they and, you know, all
We're
that.
big podcast, Jamie.
There you go.
We're big podcast. We're an industry.
So they say, they, not in the black man, you know, black helicopter they, but they as in the detractors, state that paleontologists, like me, will create a fossil, whether it's like a cast or we'll just make one up. And on these expeditions, we go out and we actually bury it and uncover it and make the news and all that. Well, if that was true, Eric, why is it that when we find something, say in, I don't know, 2008, it's not usually written about until, say, 2012?
Because you have to make it up.
And that's just a single
Draw,
note
you know.
in the Journal of Vertebrate Paleontology, which I guarantee
No one
you've
cares
never
because
read.
it's fake.
Or it's done as a poster at the Society of Vertebrate Paleontology, which I will absolutely guarantee you've never been to. And then the fossil's still in prep at that point. We haven't done all the research on it. It's still undiscovered fossil found. If we are going out and investing all of this money in order to make these fakes and bury them and pay all of...
Okay, so no one's saying that you're actually making fakes, going out, burying them, and being heroes, but there's another video here. This is actually a really good video. I suggest you go and watch the full thing. We are going to listen to a few clips out of it. It's called The Dinosaur Deception at Dinosaur Valley State Park, Texas, by Taboo Conspiracy. Shout out to you and, of course, Eric. Let's have a listen.
For bed, some still underwater at Glenrose, Texas. Or is that a conspiracy too? Sometimes I really have to thank the so-called debunkers and their tongue-in-cheek arguments because they force me sometimes to do a bit more digging, and I'm glad I did here. Bear with me as I need to give a bit of background so that you understand the matter. But this is actually pretty funny, and I think the truth is evident to any reasonable person. My first issue with the footprints, and this is obvious, is that the purported dinosaur tracks were first discovered in 1908 or 1909, depending on which article you're reading. But seriously, 1909. Now, I was hoping that this discovery was made before dinosaurs were first named in 1842 by Sir Richard Owen, but alas, these pretty obvious tracks remained strangely undetected for so many years until the alleged mighty force of floodwaters in 1908. If you're a true skeptic, alarm bells should already be going off. That was the first alarm bell, but the next one is much bigger. Here's a pamphlet from the Texas Parks and Wildlife about Dinosaur Valley State Park. On page 1 it reads, "The National Park Service designated Dinosaur Valley State Park a national natural landmark in 1968 for the outstanding display of dinosaur footprints found here. These tracks and trackways changed scientific thinking about the herding, habits, and locomotion of the sauropods that once roamed Texas. In other words, this park has full national recognition and is widely accepted by all paleontologists." The pamphlet continues. The fossilized trackways,
We're going to skip a bit.
is estimated that the dinosaur measured 70 feet long, 12 feet high at the shoulder, and weighed as much as 20 tons. Wow.
And that is
How
the
can anyone
dinosaurs
doubt dinosaurs
we're
that
talking
way?
about,
I
okay?
mean, you can go to Texas. And this is the actual footprints of dinosaurs. You can put your hands on these footprints, you can put your feet on them. It's tangible proof, right? Now back to the State of Texas pamphlet. 9-year-old George Adams. Now remember this guy, George Adams. Stumbled across strange three-toed tracks that look like prints of a giant bird in a tributary of the Patsy in 1909. Charlie Moss was looking for a place for his moonshine spill and discovered tracks in the Paluxy River. The mighty force of floodwaters in 1908 may have uncovered these fossilized tracks made millions of years ago. And there you get the silly reason why these tracks remained hidden for so long. Now to repeat, George Adams, at 9 years old, supposedly discovered the tracks. And don't dinosaur stories always sound better when kids make the discovery? Like
you mentioned that earlier on as well.
After George Adams, the next guy discovered more tracks a year later nearby when he was searching for a place for his moonshine still. Great story. However, Wikipedia pointed out a very interesting controversy related to Dinosaur Valley State Park.
Listen.
This controversy centers around what many refer to as human footprints next to the dinosaur footprints. These human footprints.
I bet that's your favourite spot, isn't it? Because it proves
and they
that.
even made a museum about it.
Something.
Near Dinosaur Valley State Park, in the limestone deposits along the Paluxy River, twin sets tracks were found in the Glen Rose Formation as early as 1908. Now note here that the tracks were found in 1908. That means they were there from the beginning of the discovery. These footprints were thought to be evidence that humans and non-avian dinosaurs lived at the same time, but now are thought to be from dinosaurs. However, young Earth creationists continue to believe that humans and non-avian dinosaurs lived at the same time, a notion that is contrary to the standard view of the geological timescale. In a rebuttal, biologist Massimo Pigliucci has noted that geologists in the 1980s clearly demonstrated that no human being left these prints, but rather they were in fact metatarsal dinosaur tracks together with a few pure and simple fakes.
Check it
So
out.
now we have an official scientist recognizing some of the fakery. The family of George Adams. Remember, George Adams,
and that
according
wasn't
to
a whale,
Texas pamphlet,
or a turtle,
was the
or a
officially
snail.
recognized
It
9-year-old
was
who actually
apparently
found the tracks.
fucking
Now, the family of George
94.
Adams, who claimed to have found human footprints in the Glen Rose Formation, later admitted that Adams and some other fossil footprints were a hoax. Let me repeat that. George Adams, the kid who made this discovery in the first place, faked the fossil footprints. Zana Douglas, the granddaughter
Did you
of
know
George
that, Chubbs?
Adams, explained that during the 1930s depression, her grandfather and other residents of Glen Rose made money by making
What about you,
moonshine
Baldy? Did you
and
know that
selling
it's some
dinosaur
bullshit?
fossils. This was a community event. The full fossils brought $15 to $30, and when the supply ran low, they just carved more, some with human footprints thrown in. Again, they just carved more, some with human.
Enough of that. As I said, check it out. Definitely good video. I also forgot earlier on. I skipped it, but yeah. Chubby mentions Mary Anning for finding the first fossils or whatever at the beach, and yeah, she did. I checked that, and she mentions the Iguanodon, which is him, and it says teeth. But yeah, they constructed a complete animal out of it. By just reading, that wasn't her. No, she found a whale. A whale. Whales again, not dinosaurs. And this dinosaur was only teeth. Sorry for screwing that up, but I am fix and finish with this video.
With these people, to shut them up and huge excavations like that, we would kind of want to recoup that money as fast as possible and immediately dump it to the news and get paid their spokesmanships and all of that, but we don't. We suffer. Natural history museums are some of the lowest donated to institutions on the planet. Art museums are generally number one. There are people that get laid off all the time from museums. Museums close. If we were making all this money and making all this fame, why are there paleontologists out of a job? Why do I know a dozen monitors that don't have work right now? Why are there museums that have problem actually getting a budget to get an excavation?
I'll tell you
They
why.
have to use private donors, that they have to use their board of directors, that they have to go from a county museum to a foundation nonprofit.
That
Non-profit.
is why.
This is such a line.
And non-profit, your dueling dinosaurs that you mentioned that are really big, they're up for grabs at Bonhams. 7 to 9 million. Okay? So why would people... 7 to 9.
Of fucking bullshit. That,
And
I mean,
you
that,
really
that
should
pisses
stop
me
swearing.
off because his simple
Because
statements
it's
are
pissing me
looping
off.
in thousands and tens of thousands of employees and museums and all of that worldwide. This would be one of the largest conspiracies ever, other than, I don't know, moon hoaxes and NASA.
Flat Earth.
Flat Earth and
The moon hoax. I'm not going to talk about NASA. Maybe they can help you build something that you don't have to slide bones wrapped in tinfoil down mountains on car hoods.
Yeah,
That's
like
the
that.
other one he does.
Yeah,
That's
that
the
is
And
a
biggest
flat
one.
Earth.
Keep going. Let's get him more
Someone
back.
wrote, dinosaur
What are we
bones
talking
sell
about?
for a lot of money
What
at
a
auctions.
muppet. What a
It is profitable
muppet,
business.
Chubbs.
There
And
is
Baldy.
pressure for academics to publish papers. Museums are in the business of producing displays that are popular and appealing.
What, the
Movie
non-profit
producers
business?
and media
The
need to
non-profit,
produce
7
material
to
sell
9.
to stay in business. The mainstream media loves to hype alleged dinosaur finds. Much is to be gained by converting a bland, non-dinosaur discovery of a bone of modern origin into an impressive dinosaur find and letting artists' interpretations and imaginations take the spotlight
Okay,
rather
Eric.
than the basic, boring, real find.
If that's true, then why do dinosaurs become passé? Why does somebody like me, who has been on, I don't know, 13, 14 different television shows talking about paleontology, geology, and all that, I have pitched dinosaur, like, live dig stuff to BBC and all of that. I'm consulting on a
That
couple
is
projects
why,
right now.
Chubbs.
I can't name it.
That is why, Chubbs.
Dinosaurs
Because
become
you...
very, very quick.
What are we talking about?
Cool, new dinosaurs found, yeah, big deal.
You're crying about because your truck's not paid and you're scratching rent together, you're working behind a bar.
But that's bullshit. That's
What do you
absolute
expect?
bullshit. When was the last...
Why are you drinking? Did you get there by car? What is wrong with you? And Baldy,
What was it called? Autopsy of
Dude.
T-Rex with my friend Tori and...
I don't call out people, but you two are muppets. Seriously.
And do an autopsy. That was
Seriously.
a hit, and then paleontology TV died again. 2 years ago, I had a 2-hour National Geographic documentary about digging up woolly mammoths in that. It aired a
It's
night.
not dinosaur.
There was a little bit of press. Fucking done. The production company that did the thing with Nat Geo is out of business now. Just done.
Right.
It's like, really?
To just
we're
right.
pressured to get this money? Then why aren't we...
See a sweaty, chubby man walking around on the side of a hill, taking hours to dig out a tooth, to wrap it in tinfoil and slide it down a mountain. Ugh. I did some research today I'd like to show you, and maybe you can explain what I'm going to show you to me. Because it's another problem I've got with dinosaurs, okay? So this is my research. How did this work? Or this one? I mean, these are bony motherfuckers. Oh, swore again. You know, how do... You get my drift, don't you? How's that work? I got another one. Yep. And why's he got horns? Why have they... How do you shag with a big fat tail on the back of you? And why do so many walk like idiots, apparently? Kangaroo only jumps like that. When it stands, it makes a straight back, more or less. So how did they shag? Dude, I'm calling bullshit on dinosaurs as well, and trolls can hit the comments, I don't care. I'm calling bullshit. Keep it flat, keep it real, be honest, be kind, don't lie, be humble, don't be like Chubbs and Baldy.